cause I can't see. So I might just pop my.
Oh, motherfucker, I was born ready!
I watched the new Ice Age movie. It's bad. I know Ice Age has kind of had a rocky history since its inception back in 2002, but even I think this whole concept feels dirty. Think about it for a second. You've got this big greedy corporation that buys out a company who made some movies, shut down that company because of the and proceed to take what they made just to milk it even further that it's now more dry than the largest desert in the planet. It's sad too because all Ice Age was at the start was a quaint but not amazing film where it kept getting milked for all of its worth until it hit rock bottom with Collision Course.
Hashtag asteroid!
Hashtag, what does hashtag mean?
Hashtag, I don't know, but it sounds cool. That's not funny!
So it's no shit I was baffled at the idea of them making a 6th movie. How the hell were they gonna make another one of these movies after everyone turned their back on it? Money. That's the only reason to Disney. What's the plot? Crash and Eddie, aka the most annoying characters in the entire franchise, feel like it's time for them to look after themselves and venture off to the Lost World from the 3rd movie, where they once again run into Buck Wild, still played by Simon Pegg, but he's currently trying to stop this intelligent dinosaur named Orson from eliminating all the mammals and making the world completely overrun by dinosaurs. So before I address anything else,
What is that? What the fuck is that?
now look, I don't ever want to attack anyone behind this movie regardless of the corporate scums who greenlit it, but this animation is horrible. Apparently it's their 2nd movie that was handled by Bartle Entertainment, who also did the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, which was also pretty bad. Everything looks too stiff, and the lighting leaves a lot to be desired. The fur textures look off. It somehow manages to look even worse than Norm of the North, which is something I didn't even think could be accomplished. The animation might have been passable if it was a TV show, which it was originally going to be, but in what's supposed to be Ice Age's grand return to Disney Plus, it feels more hollow than good. At least the later Ice Age movies, for as bad as they were, still had good animation. But believe me, the animation is the least of this movie's problems. I want you to pay good attention to the title of this film, The Adventures of Buck Wild. Why do I bring this up? Because the movie doesn't even remember that he's supposed to be the main character. Instead, it's Crash and Eddie. At the very least, their only purpose in the original movies were comic reliefs. I mean, granted, that's Sid's job, so having them in general is pointless. But when you have this new movie focusing on them and expecting us to root for them as well as empathize with them during their quote-unquote emotional moments, I'm sorry, but that's way too funny to treat as anything deep. But honestly, even if Buck was the main character, I'd still feel a little ripped off. At least Simon Pegg returned to voice him, which does soften that blow a little bit. But everybody else? Recasted. I guess nobody was compelled to return to voice these characters, so now we're stuck with new voice actors that sound nowhere near as good as the OG cast. I don't care about the new characters, the villain is an utter joke. Buck managed to take down Rudy, yet he can't defeat this walking poop ladder? But you wanna know which character missing greatly hurts this movie? Scrat. That's right. Scrat. The franchise's most iconic character and mascot of Blue Sky Studios isn't even in it. I'm not joking. He's not in this movie, period. And yes, I'm well aware the rights to Scrat were lost. Good, Disney doesn't deserve him. But while you might say Scrat is fine without Ice Age isn't really fine without Scrat. And that perfectly sums up Adventures of Buck Wild. Honestly, if this were a TV show, it would have been fine. Just have Buck and this new girl be the stars and go nuts. No pun intended. But the fact Disney tried to rebrand this as the next exciting installment in the franchise only goes to show how bad all of this actually is. And before you ask, yes, I do think this movie's worse than Collision Course, and that takes a lot of balls to do. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish my next reviews. I've got a Yoshi retrospective to start, and I need to do Animation Explosion. Oh, and a new episode of Styx soon. Well, hopefully Disney won't have the guts to do this kind of stunt. Oh, Buck me.